What's good, people? Them, me, myself, Pharaoh. You don't know how the tingo gringo, and if you don't know, then you're slow. And if I said it, I said it. Ain't no edit. And if you're feeling the vibes, like and subscribe. And in this one, air people's them, it's just a quick one about KSOO. You saw the whole situation that's been going on with him over the last couple months, where his dad took the stand on him. Now he's been sentenced. He got life in prison without the possibility of parole. And in this video, it's just a real quick one, as I said. It's like just a message to the youths, isn't it? To the young bucks out there that are outside and they're screaming gang and this, that, and the other. This is what being gang entails, my bro. This is really what being gang is all about. Going to jail and throwing your life away forever. You know what I'm saying? You had a career going on, your peoples had a career, you was doing this music thing, getting your views blowing up. Regardless of what music you were doing, that's neither here or there. But you were blowing up, doing your thing, and because of you wanted to go in. But what I really wanted to talk about is the whole father situation, because his dad took the stand on him. And I think that's crazy because you're a gang member. Well, no longer now, because obviously you took the stand, but you're an ex-gang member, my bro. Like, you didn't try to lead your kids out of this life. You didn't try to show them a better way. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, even with the music they were doing, like you basically led them into a life, right? One of your kids got killed. You ended up getting shot in the back. I think your nephew, a bunch of you got shot in the car, but one of your kids got killed, right? And KSOO, from what I'm hearing, this is like retaliation of your kid being killed, right? So your kid got killed. Your other son has decided to retaliate for that. Obviously, I keep going back to this is learned because you are a gang member or were a gang member. You were running the streets doing whatever. So your kids have picked up on that and learned how to do what they're doing off of what they're probably seeing in the house. You get me? And the environment. And as I said, you haven't tried to steer them away from that. So yeah, so that's gone down. They've retaliated, killed this kid. They've ended up calling you after the murder, and you've come and picked them up, etc., etc. And now you've taken the stand because I think what did he say? He said something. I'm gonna run the clips at the end, but I think bro said something like his son is put him in a situation, etc. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like, me as a father, if this happened with my child and my child was in this situation, like, bro, there's no way I'm taking a stand on my child to make my child sit down in jail for however many years. Like, bro, you are an accessory. You could fight that case. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'd fight my case, talk to my son however I can, if I could ever get words to try and speak with him, to just say to him, like, look, like, bro, like, you need to pattern up, what's going on, blah blah blah, like, speak to him. But as far as like, oh, I picked you up from you doing a murder, bro, I could fight that case. I didn't know my son was out there murdering people. I don't know what's going on, X, Y, and Z. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could have fought your case, my bro. So yeah, I just think it's a wild one. And I think this is like a real message to the youths out there, innit? And the children that want to be getting into the streets and running the streets. As I said, this is part of being gang, bro. The people that you think, the ones you think that won't do you dirty, they're the ones that will. The ones you're riding out for and doing this, the ones you love the most, they're the ones that when you're sitting down in jail, bro, ain't gonna send you nothing, ain't gonna do anything for you, bro. They're probably out there piping your girl. And we see with the FBGs and all of them, bro, them men are piping each other's mums and shit. It's wild, bro. People will violate. Once you're in there, bro, yeah, we'll think about you for a couple days. And then after men start smoking weed and drinking alcohol again, start banging girls again, bro, you're a distant memory. You get it? Man will remember you in 3-4 years' time, like, oh yeah, you remember KSOO? Oh yeah, what happened to him? Oh yeah, you remember he killed out? Oh yeah, he's in jail, innit? Idiot. I'm like, you get it? People are gonna forget about you. Then people are gonna grow up. And then when they grow up, you're definitely forgotten about, bro. When people start having their own families and shit, you're not gonna, like, niggas ain't gonna remember that. All of you putting in all of that street cred and all of that time, bro, that's gonna get forgotten about. People ain't gonna care. Once you reach a certain age, street credibility in the roads only lasts for a certain amount of time. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's only cool for a certain length of time. And then once you actually grow up and you move out the hood, or you've got the opportunity to get out the hood early, do it. do it, because you'll start seeing that you've got interests and likes and stuff that the hood was stifling you from. You get it? Because you got to be hard and gang and, oh yeah, fuck that, all the time. Bro, you're stifling your own creativity in that way. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, this was just like, just a quick message to the kids, just to have a look, like, look at what these men are doing. These men are riding out, killing people, rapping about it, mocking people about it. They have parents that haven't really done much to try and break the cycle and try and break the generational trauma, right? You've got a family member who's adding to it, and then added to it even more by now snitching on you and putting your child in prison and crying out, oh, it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Like, bro, that's a dub, bro. You were running these streets. You were doing all of that. You should have taken your kids out of the hood as soon as possible, as soon as you were in a position to. I'm not saying like not everybody's in a position to do that, but bro, it looked like you man were in a position to, especially once your kids started rapping and them things there. Bro, come, let's skirt. Let's go live good. Like, you're a parent. You should be able to have a certain level of authority, regardless of how grown your kid is, bro. When they step into your house, that's still your child, innit? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And they were living with you because they got like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, people there, man, this is just it's an ugly situation on both sides. Rest in peace to the family that lost their child. You know what I mean? It's ugly for KSOO to go, you know what I mean? It's just a bunch of lives lost, is what I'm trying to say. Like, regardless of what he may have done, it's still a life lost. He's just in there rotting away. He could have been a successful person, maybe if he was pushed and given the right tools in life. Do you understand what I'm saying? But he wasn't. You know what I mean? To have to look at the parents, and it's not just the system. I feel like this is one of the situations where you have to look at the parents. But yeah, my peoples, them, I'm gonna run a couple clips at the end. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this situation. I'm out.
He was in the truck with 5 other people. His dad, Abdul Robinson, was driving.
I guess 2 or 3 cars pulled up on the side of us, shot inside our car over 100 times, killed my son in the front seat, shot my son in the back, in the head 3 times, shot my nephew several times, a couple more passengers in there were shot several times, numerous of times. And I drove all the way from there to Memorial Hospital, shot in the back myself twice.
This is Abdul Robinson Sr. in the green, his attorney in the gray suit, and an unidentified man in the bottom left of the screen. A member of the state attorney's office, the prosecuting office, is seen on the bottom right. Robinson Sr. is about to make a sworn statement.
From you, if you would please raise your right hand. Mr. Robinson, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Abdul Robinson Sr. has been identified by KSOO as a local leader of a violent gang. January 15th, 2020, 23-year-old Charles McCormick was shot and killed in this community on Merle Road. KSOO has arrested Dominique Barner, Hakeem Robinson, Leroy Whitaker, and Abdul Robinson Jr. for McCormick's murder. Robinson Sr. is facing accessory after the fact before this interrogation video.
Go pick up Scotty.
Robinson Sr. told the state attorney's office that his son, Hakeem Robinson, posted on Instagram an incriminating message after McCormick was murdered.
Call it the story. It's on the story saying that kill and get the toes done.
And was that depicting Hakeem Robinson?
Say what?
Did that, you said it was on the story, was that like Instagram story?
Yeah, Instagram story.
And was that something that was posted by Hakeem Robinson?
Yes, sir.
When you saw that, were you upset?
Yes, sir.
Did you try and reach out and speak to Hakeem Robinson?
Yes, sir.
And when you spoke to him, what did you tell him?
I told him he need to take down.
Did he deny being involved when you told him to take that down?
No.
During questioning, Robinson Sr. tells the state he believes his son, Hakeem Robinson, is seen on dash cam at McCormick's murder scene.
Now, as part of the discovery in this case, you've had an opportunity with your attorney to watch what I'll refer to as a dash cam video, a video that actually recorded the murder of Charles McCormick. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you've watched that?
Yes, sir.
Did you recognize the shooter?
Yes, sir.
Who was the shooter in that video?
Hakeem Robinson.
Your son, Hakeem Robinson.
Yes, sir.
Robinson's father also told prosecutors he thought his son, Hakeem Robinson, was the shooter based upon these sneakers the gunman is seen wearing and guns that he says his son has had before.
You realize that you were testifying against not only co-defendants but family members.
Yes.
Why are you doing that?
Well, I have a number of reasons.
And what are they?
I got some health issues. I got 2 6-year-olds and an 8-year-old daughter. And, when my 8-year-old daughter asked me when I'm going to come take her to the daddy-daughter dance.
Objection, hearsay, relevance.
Overruled.
You can answer.
When she asked me over each year when I'm going to come take her there, and I keep letting her down. Then my 6-year-old son, when he asked me if I'm going to come to his football games, come take him fishing. My other 6-year-old, he asked me, when I'm going to come see him, when he begging me, please come see me, Daddy. He want to teach me how to play the game, but he don't know where I'm at. Things like that. My health issues.
What health issues do you have?
I have diabetic. I'm diabetic. I'm on high blood pressure. I suffer from congestive heart failure. I just found out June 25th that my kidneys is failing rapidly.
Has becoming a witness in this case negatively impacted your relationship with your entire family?
Well, I really don't have no more relationship with my family, besides one person.
So if part of your family completely cut you out?
Yeah.
When people know that you're cooperating, does that make it easier or harder for you when you're incarcerated?
Well, it make it harder for me.
What about when you get out?
Extremely harder.
Is cooperating in this case something that is easy for you to do?
No, this is the most hardest decision I've had to make in my life.
The day that Charles McCormick was murdered on January 15, 2020, does that specific day hold any significance for you and your family?
Yes.
And why is that date significant in your mind?
It's the date that my son got killed.
Who was your son that got killed?
Willie Addison.
Is he your biological child?
No.
Do you still consider him to be your son?
Yes, I consider him to be my son.
Did Willie Addison have a nickname?
Yes.
What was that?
Lil Willie, Boss Goon.
First, today we now know a local rapper and his cousin will spend the rest of their lives in prison. Hakeem Robinson, also known as KSOO, along with Leroy Whitaker Jr., were sentenced today in the death of Charles McCormick Jr. Our Haja Baj joining us live outside the Duval County Courthouse this evening. And Haja, tell us more about what happened inside the courtroom.
Yeah, guys, I was in the courtroom today when Robinson and Whitaker found out they'll be spending the rest of their lives behind bars without parole. Now, both men declined to speak as the judge announced their sentences.
His life was taken unjustly, and the ripple effect of the act that has forever changed his family, friends, and community. But it brings some kind of relief knowing that this individual will no longer have the power to take another life.
Is there anything you wish to say? Okay. By unanimous verdict, and at this time this court will then adjudicate you guilty of that offense and sentence you to the only lawful sentence that this court can impose, and that is mandatory life in prison without the eligibility for parole.
Jacksonville rapper Hakeem Robinson, also known as KSOO, and his cousin Leroy Whitaker Jr. were sentenced Wednesday to life in prison without parole for the 2020 killing of 23-year-old Charles McCormick Jr. According to the police, McCormick was shot on January 15, 2020 at Dames Point Plaza in Arlington. An off-duty officer witnessed the shooting and said the gunman stood over McCormick and fired a rifle before fleeing in a Nissan Altima. The officer pursued the car until it crashed. 3 people ran from the scene. Robinson and Whitaker were later arrested and charged with first-degree murder. A jury unanimously found Robinson guilty for first-degree murder on July 31st of this year. Family members of McCormick were in the courtroom, sharing their grief and sending a message to the community.
We pray that this moment causes reflection, not only for those being sentenced, but for anyone listening. One reckless moment, one decision can destroy many lives, including your own. As a community, we must take a stand against music and messages that glorify real violence and the loss of innocent lives.